For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and today I'm going to be reacting to and taking a look at the brand new leaked Home Depot 2021 animatronics. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for better or for worse, after Home Depot got involved and started creating their own Halloween decorations and Halloween animatronics, it was due that they were going to get a taste of the Spirit Halloween medicine and get some leaks happening on all their items. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, was that day because Home Depot posted an official teaser to their Home Depot Halloween 2021 lineup. Basically, just a little header on the website with showing a 2021 animatronic and just say, we're going big for Halloween this year, check back soon to see our big lineup. A little after this, someone decided to somehow grab all the images of their 2021 animatronics, leak them, share them online. It kind of set off a fire in the Halloween community, and now there are pictures leaked out of everywhere of all the Home Depot 2021 animatronics. It's really cool. There's an awesome lineup coming from Home Depot. Obviously, it's not great that the lineup was leaked, but I still wanted to cover it because there's some really cool stuff in there, and I wanted to share to all of you my thoughts on all the current leaks. So let's take a look at the first Home Depot 2021 leaked animatronic. So the first animatronic that was leaked for Home Depot's 2021 lineup is unnamed, just like all of these. These are all unnamed at the moment, but it's some sort of angel, stone-looking creature thing. Not really sure what to call this one. It's very cool, which I'll go into that in a second. But this is the one that was shown in the website header for the official teaser that Home Depot dropped. And one of the coolest things about it, and actually before I go into that, I'll say this is probably my favorite leak out of all the Home Depot 2021 animatronics so far, because I think this one is so unique, and I'm really hoping to be able to pick this one up, because as you can see from the official teaser, he actually has wings that change color lights. Now, I think this is such a unique feature. On the header that we can see that says we're going big for Halloween, you can kind of see a head motion of his head going back and forth, and he has LEDs on his wings that actually change color. Purple, green, blue, and I think those are all the colors. Maybe there's a red. I think so. This is so cool. I love to see that there's a brand new angel animatronic coming. Because it looks like a stone creature, and we really don't get a lot of stone animatronics from Halloween companies. Sure, we have Untimely Death from Spirit, but that's one of the only ones. We have Cemetery Angel, but that's also one of the only ones. So I love to see that this one, Home Depot, which I think is Pan Asian, is making this one, is coming out with a brand new stone creature, and I'm really excited to see this. I love the change in color LEDs. I absolutely love how that came out. I think this one looks really cool. It looks very realistic, and I believe he only has a head turning motion, as from what we can see from that little teaser. But I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see if he has any more motion than just a head motion. But overall, this one's fantastic. I love the change in colors, and I really hope I can pick this one up. I just hope he's a good price. Maybe if he was under 200, which I hope he is, I might be able to pick this one up. This is awesome. I love the change in color LEDs. He's super realistic, and I think this one is so cool, especially with his stone sword, or his skeleton sword he's holding in front of him. This is an awesome prop, an awesome animatronic, and I really applaud Home Depot for releasing this one. This is a great one. Now let's take a look at the next leaked Home Depot 2021 animatronic. So this next animatronic is what seems to be, again, I don't have an official height of this animatronic, but what seems to be a 7-foot pumpkin kind of towering animatronic. Now again, I don't know what the official height is because we don't really have an official name, but just from the structure of this one and the way it's kind of towering over, it seems to be 7 foot, if not maybe slightly over 7 foot. Now as you can see, this is a brand new pumpkin animatronic that towers over your guests. Now, we don't have a video of this one, unfortunately, so I don't know what the actual animation of it is, but as you can see from this picture, it is looking straight forward. It has its hands kind of in the air, in a direction, and it's kind of standing there, again, towering. Now, there's a lot of good things about this animatronic, but at the same time, there's a lot of sort of bad things to say about it. So first off, to start with the good things, I think the detail on it is really cool. As you can see from the body and from the arms, I think it's very detailed. It has a lot of vein kind of grassy looking textures to it. It very much looks like a pumpkin kind of growing out of the ground. I think the pumpkin head is very cool. It has a lot of shadowing on the top there. The pumpkin is a very dark orange, which looks very realistic and not cartoony. But at the same time, the eyes and the mouth are what is throwing me off for this animatronic. I think the eyes and the mouth on this one are sort of cartoony and kind of take away from the overall idea and effect of it. Now, like I said, this one's really detailed, and I really like how the pumpkin came out, but I think the eyes and the mouth sort of take away from it because they're cartoony and they don't match in with the character detail. Now, again, I think this is a cool one. I think it looks good, but I feel like the eyes and the mouth would have to be redesigned to really make it match with the rest of the character, but that's the only thing I don't like. One of the things that I really like about this one is how the feet are actually designed on the base. As you can see, the feet are they actually look like pumpkin feet, and they don't just cut off. They actually kind of branch out a little bit on the base, which I think is pretty cool. And you can kind of see the stem at the top of the pumpkin, which again I think is very detailed. Overall, this is a cool new pumpkin animatronic, and I'm glad to see Home Depot getting some more pumpkins in there. But at the same time, I sort of think they messed it up with the eyes and mouth. I mean, one thing I'm just noticing now, it's actually maybe a 12-foot animatronic. I'm looking at it on the side, because he seems to have the same base that the 12-foot skeleton did last year. So this actually might be a 12-foot animatronic. So scrap what I said about the 7-foot. This actually looks to be a 12-foot animatronic, which again is very cool. I love to see these big pumpkins, but at the same time, I think the eyes and the mouth are slightly throwing it off for me. But either way, the detail is really cool, and I still applaud Home Depot and maybe SVI who produced this animatronic. I think this is a cool one, and overall, it's interesting, except for those little details I don't really like. Now let's take a look at the next leaked Home Depot 2021 animatronic. So this next leaked Home Depot 2021 animatronic might be the fan favorite out of all of them that got leaked. It's not my favorite, it's one of my favorites. Like I said, the Angel is probably mine. But I know this one is creating a ton of excitement and people are very excited for it. And it is the Plant Monster Venus Flytrap animatronic. I don't really know what to call it, but it is some sort of a plant, like I said, Venus Flytrap monster animatronic with some leafy arms in the air, a very creepy looking face sculpt, and leaves that actually hang off of the arms there, and then a kind of root looking body. Now again, this one is super, super unique, just like all the other leaks that we're seeing here. And I don't even really know what to say about this one. Again, we only have one stock photo of it. We don't have the video of it yet, but it seems to be from the head that it'll have a moving mouth, which is really interesting. Again, it might look like a Venus flytrap when the mouth opens. That seems to be what it does. I would also assume that the arms are going to move up and down, because it sort of seems like there's room for the arms to kind of flap up and down there and kind of make it look like the leaves are moving. Which again would kind of cause the leaves that are dangling down to also move. It also seems to be that this one has LED eyes, which I think is really, really cool. I think it'll really make it glow in the dark, and it seems to be either yellow or white LED eyes. It's sort of hard to decipher at this moment. And overall, I think this one is really unique. I think the texturing and detailing on the arms and the kind of roots are really, really cool. The only thing I don't love about it is that the body is a little bit strange, this straight up body, because it's sort of weird that it's just a straight stickman body with some arms that look like leaves dangling off. I understand that it's going for like a plant kind of character, which would have a body like that, but I feel like it looks a little bit strange. Not that bad, but a little bit strange, where it's sort of throwing it off for me. Still, I think it's going to be big. It seems to be a big animatronic. Again, maybe 7 foot tall, maybe 6.5 feet tall. I think the face on it is really cool, where it has those kind of pointy teeth. And I think, again, the detailing on the leaves is really cool. They look like real leaves. And overall, this is a super unique idea, not like any other animatronic we have seen from any other company. I hope to see some more stuff like this in the future, because I love seeing Venus flytrap / plant animatronics, murderous plant animatronics in the future, because this one is definitely unique. And although it could benefit from a few changes, I think it's really cool and a good step in the right direction of murderous plant animatronics. Now let's take a look at the next Home Depot 2021 leaked animatronic. So this next leaked animatronic seems to be some sort of medieval knight, warrior, something like that, in the form of a skeleton with a suit of armor and axe, and a very cool looking helmet. Unfortunately, this is one of the animatronics that I don't really like. I really like the whole lineup so far, but this is one of the ones that kind of drags it down for me, one I'm not super interested in. Now, the reason I say this is just because I feel like this one isn't as detailed or as interesting as the other ones. I feel like we've seen a lot of knight / medieval kind of characters, and I feel like this one isn't detailed enough for me to be interested in it. I feel like the skull face could get a little bit more detail into it. Although we don't have really that high definition of a photo of it, I feel like you can see enough where it seems his skull face isn't super detailed, which is sort of a letdown for me. The outfit seems a lot of detail. You can kind of see some gold texturing in there, some silver, some shininess, and the axe he's holding in his arm, it sort of has a sharp point to it. I think the detailing on the outfit is really cool, and the suit of armor, I think that came out well. I think it sort of has a real suit of armor, metal looking look to it. But again, I feel like the skull is sort of disappointing for me, and it seems to have those cheap LED eyes that we see in a lot of animatronics. The hand is really cool. So far, I think the position of the hand kind of coming out to grab you looks really cool. Again, the axe is really detailed, and I think his arms look kind of buffed out and realistic looking, which a lot of animatronics we see, they sort of have like weak looking arms and not really buffed out, especially from Pan Asian Creations, which this probably is. So I'm glad to see that he sort of has a realistic structure to him, but again, it's just not super detailed. One of not my favorites from the Home Depot lineup, but again, still something to take a look at. I'll still do a video on it probably when we get our high definition photos of it, because I think it still looks pretty interesting and a unique idea, but it could probably have a better look to it if it was a little more detailed on the face. Now let's take a look at the next Home Depot leaked animatronic. So this next animatronic we actually do have a name for, and it is the Inferno Reaper. Now I have to say the Inferno Reaper is one of my favorites on the Home Depot 2021 lineup thus far, because I think this one is really cool, even though it's not a super unique idea, and I'll explain why. Obviously, Reapers are a staple of Halloween. They're something that companies do every single year. Everyone loves a good Reaper animatronic, or even just a Reaper prop. Everyone knows, even if you're not a hardcore Halloween fan, that Reapers are sort of a symbol of Halloween. But I think what Pan Asian, if they manufactured this, which I think they did, what I think they did with this was take an idea that people know, a Reaper, and something that gets used a lot, and make it into something unique. And for example here is an Inferno Fiery Reaper. As you can see, he's holding a sickle. He has one hand out, and then he has a very cool looking face sculpt. I'll have to say, it's not generic looking at all. It actually is very cool. I love the shape of it, and I love the LED eyes. I think the LED eyes are done so perfectly on the Inferno Reaper. They really have a fiery glow to them with that orange and yellow color. I think it really pops on that texture, because he sort of has a gray head with some detailing in it, and I think the yellow and orange really makes it pop. And then I love how you can see his rib cage, and it has a yellow and orange glowing texture, very similar to the eyes. And I think this is such a unique idea. A Fire Reaper is not like anything we've seen before, and I love to see that Pan Asian, if they're manufacturing this, is taking a classic idea of Halloween and crafting it into something more unique and putting fire into it and creating the Inferno Reaper. Again, I think the face on it is super detailed. I love how it sort of has that burned, charred looking texture to it, and I love how the body also has that same gray looking color to it. I think it came out really nice. I think the outfit on this one is super detailed. It looks all burned and kind of dripping down, and he has a rope tied around his chest, which normally Reapers do. The sickle isn't super detailed, but it still does have that bone kind of look to it, and his one hand is kind of pointed out. I wonder if he'll have a lunging motion, because since his hand is kind of out, it sort of seems to be that maybe he would have a lunging motion. It also seems to be that his mouth will have a mouth movement to it, because it seems to be it's spaced away from the mouth, so we may see a jaw that goes up and down, which would be pretty interesting. But overall, I think the Inferno Reaper is an awesome animatronic. It's super cool looking, and I love to see a classic idea turn into something more unique. Now let's take a look at the next leaked animatronic. So this next leaked animatronic is actually a reskin from a past year, and it is the Jack-in-the-Box that Home Depot came out with last year, and now it is getting reskinned, kind of rethought of, reimagined into this brand new one that is being released for 2021. So as you can see, they kind of, for the Jack-in-the-Box for this year, they changed up the color scheme. They gave him some red outfit. They changed the color of his fingernails. They gave him some hair, which I think is the most interesting thing about this update, is that they actually gave him a little bit of red hair at the top. I'm not a huge fan of it, because I feel like it kind of makes him look a little more silly. But as for the clothes, I think the clothes actually look a lot better. I love the red color scheme. I think they make it look a lot more clean. They make it pop a lot more than the original blue, and a lot more scary as well. So I actually like the red coloring on the brand new one more than the original. But again, the hair is a little bit weird. Not much to say about this one. It's basically, it is the same animatronic, just changed colors. They also changed the color of the actual spring that comes out from the Jack-in-the-Box. The original one is blue. Again, most of the colors on the original one are blue, but they changed it to red on this one. I believe the back of the Jack-in-the-Box is the same color that says Jack-in-the-Box. I think it's the same color. I don't think they changed anything on that. Again, not a lot to say about it. It's the same prop, just a different color scheme, and some hair added at the top. So let's take a look at the next leaked animatronic. So this next leaked animatronic, I don't even know what to call it, because it is so weird to me, so generic looking, and honestly probably my least favorite out of everything that got leaked. I guess I'll call it the Queen medieval sort of thing. I don't really know what this is. It's a lady with a crown on holding some sort of staff in a medieval queen sort of outfit. This is by far my least favorite animatronic that got leaked out. I think, again, I believe Pan Asian Creations made this one. This is so generic looking and so cheap looking that there's nothing good I can even say about it. The arm position is so awkward on how it's being posed here. The other one holding the staff is really weird. The staff looks super cheap. The face could not be more fake looking. The crown doesn't even really look like it fits the head. And it seems to be she has a mouth movement, but it looks like a puppet because the way they designed it. I don't know. The outfit is maybe the only good thing. The outfit has a lot of detail in it, but the rest of it is so bad. I think the red cape on it is really bad. The pupils are really bad with those white eyes, and just I can't get over how the arm is kind of posed out there. I'm really not a fan of this one. I think this one is by far the worst thing that's gotten leaked. But again, obviously, there was a lot of really cool animatronics from Home Depot's lineup, so there's going to be one or two bad things for the season, and this is definitely takes up one of the spots for the worst things of the year. Not even any good things I can say about it. It's not detailed at all. Really cheap looking. The staff is cheap looking, not detailed. Not anything good. I don't really understand the idea behind it. And then I just can't get behind this one at all. So let's take a look at the final leaked Home Depot animatronic. So this final leaked Home Depot 2021 animatronic sort of ties into the theme they're going with for the other animatronics, and very similar to the one I just looked at with that weird lady animatronic and also that medieval looking warrior animatronic I talked about a couple minutes ago. This one is some sort of, again, king animatronic with a beard, long white hair, holding a skeleton staff. Now, although this one is holding a staff, very similar to the female one we just looked at, this one is way better than the last one, and again, one of the ones that I think is very unique and very cool looking. As from, we don't really have high definition photos of this one just yet, but even with just what we can see from this, I think this one looks very detailed. I think the face on it looks fantastic. We can see a lot of coloring in it, a lot of shading, a lot of shadowing, a lot of texture, a lot of really cool detailing in it. The crown seems to really fit on the head there. I think it really has some nice kind of gross looking texture that makes it look old. I think his beard also looks really cool. It looks like real hair because of the way they textured it. It really has some shading in it, which I think again makes it look like a real beard. The outfit seems to also look really nice and a really nice quality. It sort of has a long black cloak to it. It has some diamonds on it, it seems. The only thing I don't like about this one is that the skeleton staff he's holding seems to look a little bit cheap, a little bit on the cheap end, just because it seems to have LEDs in the eyes. They look a little bit cheap, and it doesn't really have that much detailing in it, and it sort of just looks like a cheap plastic. But as for the actual kind of guy's outfit, I think it came out really well. I think his coloring is really cool. The shadowing, the texture is all really nice. The hair looks super realistic, and it seems to be he might have LED eyes. We can kind of just see white eyes. Maybe they glow, maybe they don't. It definitely looks like the skeleton staff glows though, which I think is really interesting because maybe the guy will have LED eyes and the staff will at the same time, which I think is an interesting approach to this. Overall, I think this is a really unique idea. It fits in well with this other medieval kind of theme they're going with for animatronics, and overall, this is a really cool prop, and I hope to be able to see it at my local Home Depot. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up my video, taking a look at and reacting to this brand new lot of Home Depot 2021 leaked animatronics. So let's cut to the outro. So that's going to wrap up my video, taking a look at and discussing this brand new lot of leaked Home Depot 2021 animatronics. Again, overall, I think Home Depot's lineup for this year is so cool. I did a video a little while ago talking about my top 5 most anticipated things for 2021. Home Depot was on my list, and it's definitely living up to my excitement because I think the lineup is absolutely fantastic. Everything in it is so unique. That pumpkin character that might be 12 foot, maybe 7 foot. The angel in the beginning, that's by far my favorite. These medieval characters. Everything on this lineup looks absolutely amazing. I think Home Depot is really going in the right direction, going into Halloween decorations, and I can't wait to see this stuff, hopefully, at my local Home Depot. I hope my Home Depot gets it, because I really want to pick up some of this stuff, because all of it is coming out so cool, and I really applaud Home Depot for creating an awesome 2021 lineup. Ladies and gentlemen, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll see you guys later for more Home Depot 2021 videos. Goodbye.